Yo, what's going on? It's your boy, Big Wavy Roy Johnson here.
This is the professional Nathan Cruz.
Yo, this is man like Doris.
Hi, this is Tom Thurber.
This is Benji.
This is the Asian sensation Kanji.
This is the Nightmare Fuel Hassan Malone.
This is Joe Rage, the heavyweight classic.
This is Mad Dog O'Doherty.
This is Tonga.
I'm the Breaker, Carl Kingsley.
This is the infamous Cameron Solis, and you're listening
You're listening to
Broken but Glorious.
Broken but Glorious.
To Broken but Glorious podcast, because like me, you are head to toe a pro.
Hello and welcome to my Brit Rest Journey on bbgwrestling.com. I'm Chris Lapp and I'm delighted to welcome back a former multiple-time light heavyweight champion, referee, set designer, wrestler. And now he's decided to dip his toe into promoting. It's Raymundo. I do this evening, right?
Yeah, Chris, not doing too bad. Been a long day, so what a way to end it. Hey, how's things with you?
I'm good, yeah. So, complete. February 21, the last time you were on the show. I was like, I didn't realise it was that long ago. I was like, over 18 months. So it's like
where's time gone, eh?
Yeah,
well.
Oh, good, yeah. Very excited for the show. So.
Yeah, how's the training coming along?
Good. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. The only thing I'm not really great at yet, I'm not great at anything, but something I'm really poor at is just, if you just say, do a back bump, my body goes, no. But I can get thrown into a back bump and do a decent bump.
Funnily enough, whenever I was given like on the odd occasion that I was teaching people how to bump, very rare occasion, might I add. Yeah, I think a lot of people found it a lot easier by taking a clothesline or even move or being swept off the feet or something like that.
Yeah, I can get clotheslined, I can get shoulder barged, I can get slammed, suplex, and do a decent back bump. If you just say do a back bump, and my body goes, why? Because why do you want me to throw myself on my back? So,
that's what you do like 90% of the time in wrestling.
Well, so I can't think of his gimmick name. Sheriff Steele. he runs Kingdom of Wrestling, and he goes, I haven't done a back bump in 10 years, so you can't do it.
Oh, hi, okay.
And Dan Evans says I rarely do back bumps. So I was like, okay. But yeah, you've been doing it for like 15 years. You can say to people, I don't do back bumps.
I try and avoid it where I can, but
yeah. I don't mind. It's just something I need to just do, and once I've done it, it's done. So, everything else I'm really enjoying. So yeah, Joel's going both days this week, so he's going to
yeah, I think it's I don't know if I'll be down this week or not. Obviously got a lot of things going on outside of wrestling promoting, and it's just an extra layer of things on top of other things, isn't it?
Definitely. So obviously the biggest question is, how was the cake, the gorgeous cake you put up on social media today?
That went down a tree. Of course, people couldn't stop at one slice. I certainly couldn't stop at one slice. So I woke up at 2:00 this morning. It was trying to, obviously, for me shift at work. I'm like, what am I going to have for breakfast? It's got to be it's got to be quick and easy. Right. I'm happy cake. So I spent a good portion of my sleeping time. Tonight, I'm going to wake up and have some of that. And sure enough, at 2:00 in the morning, it did indeed put a smile on my face. So, winner.
Looked gorgeous.
Take it again.
Yeah, you can't beat a piece of cake with some like bird's custard on it or something.
Oh yeah. Nice marble cake. Very popular with the ladies, might I add. So
Yeah, eagle-eyed viewers will know Ray from being the referee when I took Lance Rivera to the limit in our Wrestle Island Championship match at the Island Temple.
One of the most intense matches I've ever refereed.
All 45 seconds of it, I think.
I wasn't counting, and thought I'm hoping we had an official time stamp on that, but no, I was just there to make sure it was a good, clean fight.
Yeah,
sure enough, it was.
And Papa Pete has said in writing that goes down as official defence. So he's now defended it against former NXT UK's Joseph Connors and me.
There you go. Hey, you're in the history books, Chris.
Mhm.
I didn't get my first title shot until what, about 3 or 4 years into when I first started. So good on you.
It was 45 seconds, but it counts. All right, so Ray has joined us to promote Wrestle Island. Don't call it a 2.0 on Sunday, 23rd of October. Whitby Social Club, Ellesmere Port. But before we get into the show, so why did you decide to go into promotion?
Obviously, with the dream of wrestling, for me, it wasn't just wanting to be the wrestler. It was I was obviously interested in every part. I mean, of course, the refereeing, obviously, because I've done that for so long. And then one side the funds and the light's gone off, backlight's gone off there. One side the funds and the know how to do it. The entrance, in fact, some of it's there in my living room there. It's a nice little room separator actually when I'm not.
Yeah, that's great.
Entrances. So I started having obviously as a kid, you know, thinking of these real good pay-per-view cards like what was it, SmackDown 2? Something like you can create your own pay-per-view card, and I thought that's amazing that I've got full control here. And then obviously progressing on into teenage years and then into my early 20s, I started having very serious thoughts. Obviously, okay, you know, I'm trained wrestler, trained referee. I've had the inside idea on the business, so why not give it a go? And this was about 9 years ago. I started having genuine thoughts I could pull this off. Obviously, life gets in the way, doesn't it? One way or another. So, but 9 years later, here I am, promoting my own show and furthering the Wrestle Island experience.
Yes.
Better late than never.
I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, I mean, naturally I am as well, because it really is a childhood dream that been able to pull this off. Say that I gave these people a chance. You know, maybe being a bit overzealous here, but putting butts in seats. We'll wait and see. But ultimately, though, just, you know, creating a nice experience for both wrestlers, fans, and Wrestle Island is like obviously the perfect template for that. Really,
Definitely.
I think I'm everywhere that I've worked. That's absolutely at the top. In terms of what we call a guest experience. I mean, we use that term at work in my shoot job, but I think that can also apply to just anything really, and anything that gets a buy-in from talent, from fans, can be applied in all sorts of ways, shape, or forms.
Yeah, Wrestle Island's the one promotion we definitely don't miss any shows. I think we've missed one in 5 years. I think.
No, which one was that?
It was a big show. It was my Rachel's mum's 60th birthday, so apparently that was more important than going to watch. It was when Drew won the championship. So it's like,
oh, that one. Yeah, that's what get on for about 5 years ago. That. Yeah, I remember that one. That was my first show there, actually. Yeah, that might be my first show as well. Yeah, a lot of people are actually disappointed to find out that I'm not one of the originals from Wrestle Island. I only came in a year after they started.
Yeah, I missed the I missed the ones they did in the theatre, but I've been to everyone since they got to the boys' club and since, apart from that one.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, gutted to miss the championship. So,
I know.
We've got it on DVD, so we have watched it now. So.
I think it's also on YouTube as well for those that aren't lucky enough to have the DVD.
Mm. Yeah. The last couple of shows have been put up on YouTube now as well. So we stayed up. We let Isaac stay up late last night, and we watched the show. So, yeah, he just loves it when he sees himself in the crowd and stuff.
I know. Yeah, that's. When did I get seen in the crowd once? I think when I was 16, WWE Raw, when it was in Manchester.
Oh wow! Oh, amazing.
During Roddy Piper's entrance. and I was there with my Eddie Guerrero t-shirt with my arm up like that, and I'm like, that's me. Look, must have been about 16, half my life ago.
Oh, amazing. Oh, before I forget, you did briefly win a championship this year.
Yes, I did. The CCW Hardcore Championship, and I won that in Llandudno.
Oh, amazing. What's
Yeah,
CCW?
I think it's now known as Fusion Pro Wrestling, but I think I think back then it was Conway County Wrestling.
Ah, okay. It is Fusion Pro. I thought it was. Was that the match that's on YouTube where about 80 people win the championship?
Yeah, I mean, who did I beat for that? I think it was Tommy King.
Yeah.
13-year-old prodigy coming out of the
he's
Britannia Wrestling Dojo. Yeah. Yeah, we had a nice little sword fight.
Yeah, I remember. I've seen it. It's the match I'm thinking of then. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. I think I won. 15 seconds. I think I won it for.
As long as you get the photo of you holding the championship.
I'll have to print screen because it was over in a flash. I just remember the next guy coming out. I'm like, wait, who's this guy? And then before you know it, everyone's running out the door and wait, should I be? Oh. I was two minds. I thought, right, I better catch up with them because everyone's looking at me here. But what I really should have done was just stay there and say, all right, then I'll just bloody well tidy up then, won't I? So I'm used to doing it at the island when I'm a referee, so yeah, it was a good fun show actually. I think the one thing I didn't enjoy about it was I was in work at 3 o'clock in the morning the next day.
Oh. That must have been a fun drive home.
I had to can the post show scran, unfortunately, and just go straight home from Wales.
Yeah.
Still, it's all it's all ticks in the book, innit?
Yeah. I like Fusion Pro. It's somewhere we discovered during lockdown. So it's quite a fun show.
I wouldn't mind. It's just so far away.
Yeah, it's it's one of the ones I really want to go to a Britannia show in Denby. It's like a 6-hour round trip on the train, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think you have to get a train somewhere and then get a bus from somewhere to somewhere and then a bus from somewhere to somewhere. I was like, yeah, I'll try and jump.
Denby is pretty much in the middle of nowhere, but luckily it's just down the road from my grandmother because my grandmother lives in Rutland, so like Denby, I just go straight down the road, about 10 or 15 minutes, and there I am.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I do like Britannia. I do like Fusion. It's both cool places.
It's nice look. Yeah, nice environments. Obviously, the guys who were there, get on quite well. It's it's a bit like a backstage social club, really. I don't like using that term because you know how I'm like for hanger-oners and that. But those that are meant to be there, it's a nice little setup.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, somewhere I definitely want to go. So, but anyway, Sunday, 23rd of October, Whitby Social Club, Ellesmere Port. It's Wrestle Island. Don't call it a 2.0. Which way round are we going to do this? We start the main event and then wake our way down.
Yeah, if you want to run down the card, and I'll give you my two cents on it.
Yeah. So main event. Lance Rivera versus Dan Evans, greatest island champ versus longest reigning champ. So come to this.
I've always believed that. I think because it's not how a championship convoluted maybe, but it's not how a championship is defended, but it's how it's won as well. And obviously, if you think about how Lance won his 2 championships, I mean, Joey Hayes and Hustle Malone. You think about just where they've been and what they've done, and it's not an easy feat to pull off. Actually, getting the victory in the main event against guys well revered as those. So, props to Lance for doing that.
Yeah, and the reactions he's been getting in the last year, it's just like He started
So-
off the year with a win over Brian Edson, where he low blowed him at the Ellesmere Port Festival. There. Yeah, but
Yeah.
over the year he's slow. Hasn't even changed his character at all. He's just the crowd has turned him face. Really, so it's like.
I know, and for someone to be as well received as that definitely well on the way to becoming the greatest Ireland champion. So without a doubt, Lance is definitely, in my eyes, earned that moniker.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, it's equally as flashy as what the 719 days as Dan Evans' championship reign.
Definitely, he was a great champion.
Oh yeah, he was. Even though I was the one that gave him the win, he basically got hold of me saying, "You're right, you're a ref. I need you to I need you to be there when I cash in my power briefcase, or I'm going to burn your set down." He said.
Oh wow! Yeah. When I interviewed him last week, was it last week or the week before? Yeah, I discussed how I loved his title reign, and I love that story where Scott won the power briefcase, but instead of cashing it in, he became like the gatekeeper. So, like, to become number one contender, you have to beat him, type of thing. I love that storyline. It's such a different way of using the briefcase. So.
Yeah, and I don't think it's been done before. So
No, I've never seen it anywhere else. So.
Well, maybe I have, but not on a major scale. Because if it happened in like one of the bigger promotions, we've heard about it by now. So, yeah, I quite enjoyed that how that panned out. Of course, there's probably more to it with say a lockdown not had happened and all that, but but hey ho, things work out for a reason pretty well.
Yeah,
look what we've did. Look how we've moved on from the lockdown. Look what we've created.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then the TNT versus Wrestle Island show, Scott Oberman then attacked Lance post match. So it's going to be this like we've got like he's against this Dan Evans, who's Oberman's tag team partner for the championship. It's going to be such dynamics and things that could happen. Is like I'm so excited for this. So.
Yeah, and they were my like first go-to people really. So right, how am I gonna create a main event that's gonna be memorable? And like I say, I just looked at two guys with two flashy monikers, and of course after the events of TNT versus Wrestle Island, this match obviously means a hell of a lot more. And I asked Scott Oberman, look, is he going to be there? But he's left me on red. So genuinely, I don't know if he's going to be there or not.
Oh, yes. And then we go on to is it just a tag team match, or is it an intergender tag team match? How's the match going to be? It's Tyler Adams and Mel Price versus everyone's favorite Polish Barry and Lucy Sky. So is it just a tag team match? There's no intergender in it? Or?
I mean, we can just call it a tag team match. It's a fairly open term. They're all four of them are fantastic wrestlers. Of course, when I made the announcement that I was doing my show, obviously Lucy Sky messaged me saying, "Oh, I want in." Of course, she'd only just recently been cleared by the doctors after that god awful injury. I don't know how she managed to push through that. I certainly wouldn't have done.
So good. Less than 6 months, wasn't it? She got back from was it, I think
so. Maybe even less.
Yeah.
I mean,
she looks amazing now. She's got into great shape as well. She's kind of used that time off to really focus on herself, and she looks amazing. So,
I did Infamous. I did the stage for Infamous, and Lucy Sky was looked amazing, looked ready, and for me that was the validation that I'm not making any mistakes here. Lucy wants this. Gonna give it to her. I originally wanted Harley Hudson, but unfortunately this show is clashing with This Is Wrestling, which Drill is running now. I've known Drill longer than a lot of people here. Well, since I started training, I've known him. So, and I don't get any sort of friction. So, it is upsetting that we're not going to have the Wrestle Island Women's Championship. And I know Tyler Adams was equally as upset, but managed to get hold of Melanie Price, another person that I've known for a fairly long time, and someone that is in need of a chance to show just how good she is. And when we came back, Tyler Adams filled in a spot, and those two ended up tag teaming, didn't they? So
They did, yeah.
And I'd be very interesting to see just
against
to see
Harley and Hannah Taylor, I think.
Hannah Taylor was, yeah. Who was the third? I think it was Lucy Sky, actually.
Lucy Sky, yeah, it was.
So yeah, in a sense, this match sort of travels really all the way back there. And Polish Barry, he's always the guy that you need to go to in a pinch. Nothing's too hard from him. Obviously, we're going to see a new variant of
I'll say what part of the Barryverse is going to come out in Ellesmere Port. So the last two shows I've seen Disco Barry. We've had Extreme Barry at the TNT show. He came out doing the Sandman entrance.
Oh God, he's lucky he didn't bust the amp actually. It went everywhere, went all over me, went all over the kids, and it went all over the equipment.
Wow.
One second, just like that. So he definitely got lucky with that, but I think it's just amazing that you could throw him in any situation and he'll make it work. So. What I've got planned for him, I know for a fact he's definitely going to make it work.
Yeah,
and it's going to be one hell of a match, I reckon. So I know Barry's been wanting to go up against actually Tyler Adams for quite a while. Obviously, they've trained together a fair few times at the Island Temple. So it's just good chance to just see how well they'd work really. Yeah, I'm putting a great show.
Definitely. 6-man tag action next. So we've got Wrestle Island Rumble winner RPD, and I reckon Brian Anderson must be up there in the top contenders. He's on a bit of a winning streak at the moment.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, I mean it's. I think it's one of those. It's one of those things that's actually gone under the, I think, been brushed under the carpet because there's that much hype on RP Davis. Don't get me wrong, he's a very good friend of mine and he's absolutely smashing it. But I think Ryan Aidenson obviously needs credit for he's putting in, I think, in my opinion, the best performances of his career here at Wrestle Island. I mean, he got one over on Hustle Malone.
The night he won the championship. The night Hustle won the championship, wasn't he? He beat Hustle, I think.
Yeah, he was the Randy Orton in that story, but but and everything else that he's managed to do as well. He's managed to hang with the top guys. Like he was putting that. God, what was it?
Spin the wheel, make the deal, man.
Yeah, it's that. I can't believe I don't know that. And yeah, he did pretty well. Yeah, I'm absolutely impressed. A lot of us there, and then we threw him in the which one was it? Red light, green light, if I can just remember. Because there's obviously they can only win by one stipulation, and then by
I can't remember what the name of the thing was. But...
Oh God, sorry, P. I'm not. Again, this is pretty bad of me actually.
The stipulation was that there was four people, and you can somebody's been pinned, you can't use pin. Yes,
yeah.
Somebody's been submitted, you can't be submitted. Count out. Yeah, so the decision can only be used once. So and he was great in that as well.
He filled in for I think it was Jade, who's obviously out injured, unfortunately. But I think Brian Aidenson did a fantastic job of holding his own. and it's all travelled. He's doing it exceptionally well with his work, not just inside the island but outside as well. Utterly impressed, and he's obviously got that warrior spirit, which RP Davis for the 3 years that I've known him has always got. And let's not forget Dave Birch as well.
Birch, I'm so excited to see him in the match. When he came out the Island Rumble, I popped. I was like, this guy I've seen on YouTube for years. I just hadn't seen him live. I was like, first thing I did. Do you want to come on for an interview?
And then obviously I came face to face with him as the Mundalorian. I don't think he was too happy that I sort of stole his thunder, really, because he was brought in obviously for being a Star Wars theme. And I was impressed with his word, but at the same time I felt kind of bad that I was stealing thunder. This is the Star Killer Dave Birch, and I've come out dressed, as the Mandalorian in what a 60 or 70 pound jumpsuit. Like stole his thunder, but all that, like I say, that aside, again, I'm impressed with his work. So
impressed with him for years. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, I think he's been looking for a chance, and here it is.
Yeah, and opponents, you kind of picked three of the toughest guys to go against: Pitbull, Johnson, and Dotson. Sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, there's a sort of thing that travels with this as well. So obviously, we've not seen Pitbull since he lost to RPD quite a fair few months ago. Actually, it might have even been a red light, green light that he lost in the opener, if I remember correctly. And you know what? We haven't seen Pitbull since. So when the one of the toughest guys that says, "Where's my opportunity? You dare not refuse."
Definitely.
Especially when him and RPD have obviously got history, so I probably expect to see that come out a bit in the match. And his tag team partners, not only did they come with his recommendation, but I've trained with these two, and I can tell straight, there's nothing overrated about Lewis Johnson and PL Dotson. Two of the toughest, most adaptable guys that I know. Lewis Johnson, a practitioner of multiple martial arts, say mixed martial arts, really. But he gave me a list of all his different influences within martial arts and wrestling, and it's an absolutely long bloody list. He's got a lot in his arsenal, and I think that's going to be what I believe is going to be an amazing challenge for RPD and Brian Aidenson especially, because they've got similar styles. And then the Savage Gent, PL Dotson, got very lucky actually, because just before lockdown I managed to get him on a show, and that sort of gave him the impetus to carry on, toughen up, and become the toughen up even more. He's always been a hard but just to carry on and become the savage gent that he is today.
Definitely.
And of course, it's not a well-known fact, this, but he was a former American football player. So,
cool.
Yeah, and that comes with its own physicalities as well. So, obviously, you've seen on the NFL, just they take some hard hits here and there, don't they?
Yeah,
like a lot of times. So, Savage Gent, absolutely making a name for himself. He's been at the Temple a fair few times. He's always been on my radar, and I think now's the perfect time to show the island what the Savage Gent is all about. Thus, coupled with Lewis Johnson and the babyface Pitbull, I think it's going to make for a real killer combo.
Definitely, it should be. I'm really looking forward to this match. It's going to be a complete clash of styles.
Absolutely, and that's the amazing thing about this, because all six of them are a different force in this match.
Yeah,
so expect them to mix it up a fair bit.
Yeah. Next, Harry McKenny returns. Yeah, the Diamond Standard. The last time we saw him, it was when he won the prospect tournament. Is that the last time we saw him?
Yeah, he won the prospect trophy. Just before we went into lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
And back then, I think he was under the. He was like he had a mentor.
Yeah.
But he's totally disengaged from all of that now. He's become the guy. He's become the man that he's wanted to be. And when he came up to me at the show and said, "Yo, I'm feeling ready. I want to come back," and to be honest, he said to me that being the top prospect was an accolade that he never lost.
Yeah.
So I said, right, okay then, prove it. You're in. And I've given him. It shouldn't all just be about Harry McKenny actually, because all four of the individuals in this match, I tell you what, they are the best of the Island Temples. So yeah, we've got Riley, the non-binary
finery.
Yeah, absolutely blown away with what they've managed to. Well, what they've managed to do in a short space of time, plus, and in the short space of time that they've been at the island, incredibly fun to watch. Great conviction to their work, and I think they're going to be a real force in the prospect division. Keep your eye out for Riley, the NBF, and then of course the other two.
I'm really looking forward to seeing Riley wrestle live. I'm not seeing.
Yeah, it'll be something to watch out for without a doubt. And of course, the other two in that match are the adopted son of the island, from what I've seen, and Temple. Podrick Quinlan, Send Pud.
Yes, Send Pud.
Top of his game at age only 16. Imagine what he's going to be like.
Sick. He's stupidly good for 16. So.
Stupidly good for 16. Yeah, you'll get no argument with me for that.
When I interviewed the other week, I said I'm so excited to follow your career and see how good you are when you're like 23, 24. Just something like you can say I trained with him when I'm a 50-year-old.
I know. But I think in this match, though, expect him to come out of be in his element really. Fast-paced action, plenty of chances for a fair bit of tech. So I think I've definitely made the right call in putting Podrick on the card. And the last person in that match, when we chose to send Pud, we also chose to send EJ.
Yes.
Enter EJ Walsh. He's been at this quite a while actually. He was at the other place not far from where Infamous are. ... if you know what I mean. Moved over to Fighting Spirit. They closed down, and he's made his home at the Temple.
It's great. Yeah.
But to be honest, I mean, every time that we mention Pud at the Temple, we also mention EJ because my personal opinion is it's two sides of the coin, and both of them are absolutely fantastic. Their work ethics are amazing. I think the only difference is EJ's got a bit more of a darker demeanour, and Pud's a lot more likeable, isn't he? But no,
EJ's amazing because when they bring like somebody who's never been before, they usually send him off with EJ to learn the basic, like how to lock up and like stuff like that. Yeah, some reason he turns up at like when the novice class starting rather than and he just sits it's just there for 2 hours until the advanced class starts.
Yeah. And to be honest, though, I think obviously his dedication to his craft is absolutely admirable, and I think he definitely deserves this chance without a doubt.
Yeah, and if you want to hear more about him, he's going to be on next week. So
EJ has earned this. No one's going to change my mind on that. These are the 4 top prospects that I say pave the way for future prospects at the island.
Definitely. Yeah. Next, Tommy Jackson versus Ry Lloyd.
I'll say this straight. Jody is really looking forward to this one because this is actually a match that how to word it, that everybody wanted but didn't know they wanted it.
Yeah, I'm really. I can't remember the last time I saw Rye in a singles match. I'm really looking forward to this. It's like he always seems to be in a triple threat or 7-way or a 4-way. So it's been a while since I've seen him one-on-one. So I'm really looking forward to this.
Yeah, and he's obviously he had that injury at the last show before lockdown, so he's fairly eager to get back out there and show that he is Mr. No Fear, Ry Lloyd. And who better to put him up against than the leader of the VGS, the violent gentleman, Tommy Jackson. Obviously, I think the styles will complement each other quite well, and it's going to be an absolute bruiser, I think.
Yeah, I'm really.
So it's Widnes versus Wales, quite literally. Widnes strong style and Wales strong style.
Yeah, I don't know what much more I can say about it. I'm just really looking forward to it. I just think it's a great clash of styles, and I think, just seeing Rye in a singles match, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, and there's a lot riding on this because obviously Ry Lloyd is the trainer of the North Wales Wrestling Dojo. I've been there. I went there a few times. Over the last 2 years actually. Ryan definitely knows what he's doing. He's a wonderful trainer. People gravitate to him quite well. So I expect he's going to get a lot of support actually.
Yeah, and that generation coming through the dojo at the moment is amazing. Yeah, they need to get out there a bit more. More people need to see them.
Yeah, absolutely. And who better to show that? This is the trainer. If that good, just think what his trainees are like.
Yeah, Act 2 versus Northern Iron.
Yes.
I'm really looking forward to seeing Gary McGuinness wrestle. He was in training about 6 weeks ago. He was amazing. So I was like, I can't wait to see you wrestle. He's like, I don't wrestle very often. I was like, but you're so good.
Are you talking about his wrestling ability or his music playing skills?
As soon as I got home, I found his music and I really enjoy it. I'm not usually a folky type of thing, but it's good. It's really good.
Yeah, so I've known Declan for about 3 years, and he's always had a passion and an edge for the craft as well. So, and I think just before COVID hit, there was actually a plan to obviously Northern Ireland was going to be a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I say, COVID got in the way of that, and I think Gary got lost in the shuffle really of guys who needed the chance really. Mm-hmm. Now I've actually been to the Future Shock Performance Centre and I've actually seen obviously I know personally how good Declan McCarthy is. He was absolutely fantastic work ethic, and I've seen a fair bit of Gary's work, and I think he is capable of doing it actually, and from what of the dynamic that we saw between him and Declan, I think it's going to be very interesting. Yeah, and especially going up against Act 2. Obviously, yeah,
Future calls them the Tambourine Boys.
You got to, but yeah, Act 2 bust onto the scene. This is the way. And I think they immediately injected into the tag team division some much needed spark.
Yeah,
like an absolute breath of fresh air. Act 2. A very interesting experience. And again, dynamic to be added to the tag team division. So this will be a big shot for Act 2 because I think they've yet to get a win actually.
Yeah, and Declan and Connor Klein had a match at Infamous's debut show, and it was brilliant. It was just two hosses just battering each other for 10 minutes. I loved it. So
and obviously I was there at Infamous not long ago, and Declan went up against Chase Alexander.
Yeah.
And that was equally as hard hitting. I really enjoyed, because I obviously take my camera to a lot of shows, and I really enjoyed watching that one back.
Yeah, I was gutted I missed that show. If the trains weren't on strike, we would have been there. But,
So let me know next time. If anything's nearby, I'll come and get you.
yeah, we were all going to go, but then we found the bus was like an hour and 45 minutes there, an hour and 45 minutes back. I was like, so what's 15 minutes on the train? So it's like,
You missed a good show, because
Yeah.
I say Dexter was there, and a fair few of the Island regulars were there. So yeah, it was. Oh,
I mean, definitely the next one. It was just the train. It was the train situation. It was just
well, I'm trying to be as best I can. You know that.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that match. I'm also. Well, it's actually got a lot of that match, the Act 2 versus Northern Ireland. Yeah, it's actually raised a lot of eyebrows. Like, ooh, this one's interesting.
I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
Yeah, and to be honest,
I think with most of these matches, there's a good clash of styles and interesting dynamics between. Because it's probably a match it's never happened before. Not a lot of these matches.
Well, no, and in fact, peers on both team sides are absolutely made up, because this is by all means an amazing opportunity for both Act 2 and Northern Iron.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially with Wrestle Ireland introducing championships in the near future, so tag championships. So
yeah, absolutely. So obviously, want to create obviously a lot more the tag division.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think there's real scope to go places with the tag team division. So yeah, saying to Peter, right, let me show you, we can do this.
Definitely. Then finally, so it's announced. It's announced today or yesterday. So yeah, so for months we've had Gino and Connor Klein battling it out. The last show, Pastor Teague challenged Connor to a 6-man tag, which we think is going to take place in the November show. But yeah, we couldn't keep them apart, so it's going to be a huge tag team match. Gino and Abaddon, the monstrous Abaddon, against Connor and a mystery partner. So.
Yeah, I think the obvious choice for a tag team partner would have been Ry Lloyd. Obviously, Ry's obviously got an obligation to defend his own honor and his dojo as well as technically his. So I can say right here and now that Connor Klein's tag team partner won't be Ry Lloyd.
Yeah.
Win or lose, Ry Lloyd will only be wrestling the once that day. So unfortunately, Connor he's got a very limited choice really of who we can go for. Now, I've given him the list of substitutes that are going to be on the show because I've got a handful of guys that are more than willing to fill up a spot here and there. So he'll get use for that. From that won't be published. It's for him and him only to decide without any outside influence. It's got to be his decision. Who he feels comfortable tag teaming with. But yeah, well, and that was it. It was Pastor Everett Teague that said that to me. Right, look, he's got to. That's one of the stipulations. He has to pick on the day.
Yeah. Oh, amazing. Oh, I can't wait for this. Yeah. I would recommend anyone go to Asylum's YouTube, and if they're gonna watch one match from the last show, watch Gino versus Connor. That was it's brutal.
Yeah, I won't spoil it, but wait until they break out the ladder.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's been all over. It's been all over Instagram and.
I don't think there'll be any ladders at this venue though. That's that. I think, but knowing Jinha won't be able to keep his feet off the ground. So
when I interviewed him, he says the first thing he looks for when he goes to a venue is what can I jump off. So
unfortunately, the highest thing he'll be able to jump off here is the top rope of the turnbuckle. Top rope.
Exciting.
There's a nice little menu. So we've announced 7 matches, and I can announce the last because we've got 8 matches.
Oh, amazing! Exclusive.
So yeah, this is a Chris Lappin exclusive. This is so obviously spoken a fair bit about how I want the tag team division to really mean something. So I'm giving opportunities to a few of the trainees and a few other tag teams. So we've also got a match on the card known as the Forbidden Island Tag Rumble.
Wow! Oh, Rumble match. Oh, amazing.
Well, I'll go over the rules. So obviously, when people think Rumble, you think you've got a set rules there. So yeah, new team out every minute. So yeah, they're going to come out at pace, but there's going to be no eliminations until 1 minute after the last team comes out.
All right, so that'd be interesting.
So after a minute after the last team hit done. Once the klaxon hits, whoever's on the outside of the ring, irrespective of how they got there on the floor, will automatically be eliminated. So it'll basically become the floor is lava from that moment on.
Yeah. Amazing.
And then from that point on, it is over the top rope eliminations, and both feet have to touch the floor.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Yeah, and it's not going to be where if one person from a team is eliminated, the other man's out as well. So we could have a team that's standing tall or just a sole survivor. But expect to see a lot of new faces in this one because we're inviting talent from Britannia Wrestling to come and take part. Fusion Pro.
Oh, amazing.
And we're also getting a team from Black Heart Wrestling up north as well.
Oh, fun. I'm really excited for this.
Yeah.
Love a good Rumble. Oh.
Interesting thing, actually. This match was actually going to be called the Battle Royal, and the winners were actually going to win. I've got one over here. A pair of golden coconuts. But I can't trust anybody not to smash them, so they're just going to stay at home, really. But and to be honest, though, anyone that wins this match will have I think it'll do wonders for their I think contention for the newly awaited tag team championship. So obviously we know that one of the teams that are in contention for the tag team championships are the East Midland Breakers, Kyle Kingsley and David Grant. I will announce that they are going to be part of the Forbidden Island Tag Rumble. Any chance that they get to flex their muscles and prove that they are the dominant tag team in the island, they're going to do it.
I'm excited.
Who am I to stop them? I want to prove a point. All right, then. I'll put you against all these teams then. Let's see what you can do, boys.
This is going to be so fun.
Yeah. And as well, and the venue's amazing, actually. So it's got a bar, bar service, out the back door fast food, I've been told. I've yet to get a menu, but yeah, I think they've got like chicken burgers, beef burgers, veggie burgers, curry and chips, sausage rolls, hot dogs. So you might think about that: dinner, drink, and a show.
Oh, amazing! Can't wait.
And a raffle.
The raffle. Can't wait.
Yeah, of course. Got some. I got some nice stuff. Got some nice stuff on the raffle. So of course, make sure you get your tickets when you're there. Mr. Chris, how do you fancy doing the raffle?
Ooh, yes, thank you. I could do that.
You were nice enough to invite me. You hard. Obviously at the Island Temple. So yeah, you and Joel, you can do the raffle.
Oh, thank you. That'll be a lot of fun.
It'd be a nice bit of promotion for Brit Rest Journey as well. So there we are.
Yeah.
So, you scratch my back, I scratch yours, isn't it?
Thank you. That'll be amazing.
You've got to tell me if the buses or the trains aren't running now, because without you, I can't have a raffle.
No, I think everything's fine that day. Oh, thank you. That'll be a lot of fun.
Pleasure's all
So,
mine.
I'll put ticket information in the description below the interview.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yep.
So,
And you don't mind me saying as well, because obviously we understand the cost of living is a hot topic at the moment. So, you're going to buy on the day, that's fine. But if you buy online, if you use the promo code Mundo Island, capital M, capital I, and you get 20% off general admissions.
oh, amazing. Yeah, I'll definitely put that in the description if anyone wants to.
Yeah,
Get
I mean,
20% off. Wow.
Yeah, I want to help people, and I want people to come out and have a nice time as well. So, so I'm hoping it's going to be a nice day for myself. Probably no, I'm going to be stressed to high hell, but but for the wrestlers and the fans, I'm really hoping that they'll enjoy it. I've put together a fantastic card.
Yeah, so many people I'm looking forward to seeing. A lot of people I'm seeing for the first time. People I've seen live for the first time. Yeah, people I've seen on YouTube or trained with.
Yeah, everyone on this show has indeed earned their place on this card. I'm not saying it's WrestleMania, but if someone's earned a chance, they absolutely deserve it.
Yeah, it's a great card. I'm really looking forward to this show.
But the thrill of getting out there and performing what they love to do. I think that's one of the great feelings that there is in wrestling.
Definitely. Cool. Before we go, do you want to promote any social media or anything you have? Or?
I mean, I'm just the guy behind the curtain at Wrestle Island, but a lot of the places that I work for, Wrestle Island, Infamous, doing stuff with BWP, Fusion. Again, shout out to Paramount Pro. I hope they're doing well.
They got a show on at the moment. They got Good. If it was next week, I'm sure we'll be gone because it's got John's favorite wrestler, Kid Bandit, on it tonight. So then we've got Warhorse on it. Oh, it looks a really good show.
I was so gutted. I don't have enough room to put Warhorse on because he wants on the card my show as well.
Oh, if you got Warhorse and Kid Bandit as a tag team in the Battle Royal, I think Joel faints if he met Kid Bandit in person.
I know, but again, I don't want to can anybody. I don't want to can anyone that's earned earned their place on this card.
Yeah.
So great respect to Kid Bandit and Warhorse, and I'm hoping we'll be able to do something in the future. By the way, both of which are very welcome to attend the show.
Yes. Yeah. Anyway, links in the description to everything. Tickets. Yeah, I'll put the Wrestle Island's social medias in there as well, and links to the YouTube channels. That last show was amazing, so you have to go watch that. So, as always, I really enjoy speaking to you, and I'd love to have you on again in the future. It was a lot of fun. So.
Yeah, we'll go for the hat trick. Hey.